Welcome back to Great Day, Louisiana, everyone. You know, the holiday time could be a really difficult time for somebody who may be going through substance abuse. And whether it's you or someone you know who may need an option on how to get on that journey to recovery, Bridge House Grace House can be that option for you. Join me now to talk about the men's program for Bridge House Grace House. Please help me welcome Veronica Bucola, the Executive Director of Clinical Services. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for having us here. Thank you for letting us in to the facility. And before we get started, Bridge House, Grace House, it's a 2-for-1, literally. Bridge House is for the men, Grace House is for the women. And I want to focus on the Bridge House portion this morning. But before we talk about the services you all offer, I want to hear about the trends right now, especially during the holiday time for people who may be going through substance abuse. What can you tell us?
Sure, yeah. So we've seen a tremendous surge in opioid addiction. Almost half of our clientele identifies as being addicted to opiates, whether it be fentanyl, pain pills, narcotics. We are a medically assisted treatment center, so we support being on Vivitrol, Sublocade, Suboxone. Just this year, we've seen the increase of overdoses from the year prior go from 219 to 365 just this year. So, the drugs that our residents and clients out on the street are using are very risky, and unfortunately, many of them are losing their lives because of these drugs.
Yeah, and that's when Bridge House Grace House can step in so that they hopefully don't lose their life. Those are some alarming statistics, and I want to talk now about the services you all offer here. It's good to note, everyone, that Bridge House is actually the only long-term live-in residential treatment center. And I want to talk about you all's phases, because you have 4 phases that you all go through when someone is coming here to seek treatment. What's the first phase?
First phase is stabilization. Our clients for the first 30 days are in a stabilization phase and then transition to phase 2, which is our primary phase, where a lot of the work for the vocational rehabilitation happens. That's one thing that kind of sets us apart, is we really focus on teaching some of those hard and soft skills for job development, so that clients can learn how to balance the recovery and the stressors of having a job and balancing work and recovery and family all in one.
And that's the first phase.
That's our second phase.
That's the second phase.
Yeah.
What's the third phase?
So our third phase, once our clients have had some time to really balance that and work at some of our in-house job sites, they go into job search. And job search, they secure employment outside of the house, and then they transition to our 4th phase, where they actually work outside in the community. And they're given the opportunity to still live here, save some money, secure stable housing, and then transition back into life outside of Bridge House.
And that's the 4th phase?
And that's our 4th phase.
It's unbelievable. And what I love is that you all really help people get into the workplace by giving them work opportunities here. You all have a thrift store that they work at. You all have a used car lot that they also work at as well. And I think that's so important. I want to talk a little bit about the activities that you all do, because to me, sometimes when I look at people who are going through treatment, whether it's on TV or in movies, it doesn't look like they're doing anything. Right now, we're in a group home. You all have lots of activities you all do. Please explain a little bit about what activities you all have.
Yeah, so some of the services that we offer our clients, aside from the group sessions and their one-on-one counseling, we put things together on the weekends for fun team activities. Bridge House just recently set up a little trick-or-treating things for some of the men's kids to come on the weekend, and they set up a family trick-or-treating. During the holidays, we celebrate the different Thanksgiving and Christmas dinners together. Not too long ago, the guys had a volleyball tournament.
How fun.
Just kind of bonding and getting together and learning how to have some sober fun.
And I will say, walking through the hallways, it is definitely a sense of community here, which I think is so important for someone on their road to recovery. Right now, you all have about 80 people here, and of course, you all have open beds right now for people who need help. For someone who may be watching this, or maybe someone with a loved one who you see that they need help, or they know themselves that they need help, what kind of advice can you tell them?
Yeah, call us. It can be a very difficult but courageous decision to make that, to admit that you have a problem. We're not here to judge. We want to help those that are feeling helpless, that are feeling hopeless, that may want to die, and we want to help them reclaim their life and have a sense of purpose.
So important. And again, it's 4 phases that people go through when they come to Bridge House to seek treatment. About how long is someone in here? Does it depend on the person?
It depends on the person, but our program averages about 5 months. Yeah, and so, long-term treatment, if they need a little longer, they can stay longer. If they, maybe they don't need as much time, but it's all about helping that person become a part of society and being stable, having stable housing, having, employment, feeling part of.
It is so important what they're doing here at Bridge House. Thank you so much for joining us this morning, Veronica. And hey, the good news is they are open if you need help at no cost. But they're also always taking donations as well. For more information about Bridge House Grace House, head over to bridgehouse.org or give a call to 504-522-4475, especially if you know someone or it's yourself who are seeking some treatment. Stick with us, everyone. We'll be right back.